Do you know what the sad clown paradox is? How is it described and why? There is a lot of information about this, and if you clearly want to know about it, well then stay tuned until the end. Welcome to Arts and Beyond. The above questions will be answered in today's video, so stay tuned. Jan Matejko, a Polish artist, created the 19th century painting Staczyk. The Warsaw National Museum is currently home to this painting. Matejko rose to prominence as one of Poland's most celebrated painters for his intricate and innovative depictions of Polish history. The art is regarded by many art aficionados as one of the most saddest yet most potent compositions. Curiosity regarding the symbolic meaning and the melancholy atmosphere behind this art is sparked by the use of a dark, bold colour palette. Staczyk, a reputedly famous court gesture in Poland during the Renaissance era, is the main figure in this artwork. Staczyk is more sombre and contemplative than one might anticipate from a jester, as he sits in a darkened room with his head bent. This painting is among the most depressing due to its composition, colour scheme and subject matter. For instance, the sermon of Piotr Skaga earned the gold medal at the 1865 Paris Salon. With his work Return, or The Fall of Poland, he took home another gold prize at Paris World Exhibition 2 years later. Early in Matejko's career, he created the painting known as Staczyk. When he painted it, he was only 24. This subject is known as Staczyk. He was a well-known court jester who rose to fame during the Polish Renaissance under King Sigismund I the Old. He wasn't just a comedian, as you might assume from a jester, but he was also very intelligent and would provide social commentary during his performances. He now more closely resembles a cultural icon in Polish culture and is depicted in novels, plays, and naturally, paintings. In many situations, including the hanging of the Sigismund Bell, the Prussian Homage, and Ganra and Staczyk, Matejko played him. Staczyk is considerably different from Matejko's most infamous moments in that aspect. Typically, Matejko's most infamous sequences are extremely busy with numerous characters and a lot of activity. It's considerably more personal than a representation of a public event. We're by ourselves with the well-known jester. He appears to be deeply contemplating something. His stance exudes hopelessness, and the fact that he is alone and facing away from the celebration speaks to his melancholy. Okay, so here is the background information. First off, the entire title of the picture is Staczyk during a ball at Queen Bona's court in the aftermath of the loss of Smolensk. Staczyk is concerned about Poland's future. They had lost the city of Smolensk in 1514 and were at war with contemporary Russia. This is likely the announcement made in the letter. Staczyk may have been more alarmed by the royal family's disregard for what was happening to their empire. Do you think you're a happy or a sad person? Well, if you're a sad person, then you can create wonderful, world-famous paintings just like these ones. Just kidding. If you're happy or sad, then don't forget to click the subscribe and the like buttons. Matejko's day, the image of a dwarf playing a lute, would have been interpreted as a sign of decadence. The Wawel Cathedral, where monarchs are crowned, is visible outside the window, as is a comet that was truly observed in 1514 and represented the collapse of the Roman Empire. This portrayal contains several historical inconsistencies. The title makes us think that Queen Bona, who actually became queen in 1518, was in charge of Poland at the time of Smolensk's fall in 1514. The letter also bears the year 1533, which does not coincide with the year of Smolensk's fall. To many great astonishment, however, being aware of historical context in the background of this artwork does not make me appreciate it more. This is a first-time occurrence. Let's examine the picture more closely to determine what gives it its force. Let's examine first the makeup. First, each side of the scenario has two backdrops. One depicts the outside setting and places the entire event at night, whereas the other depicts a party and its numerous people. There is a table in a room with a letter on it, and Staczyk is standing next to it. Of course, he is the artwork's subject, and he is positioned in the middle of it. The contrast between him and the dark wall, which in and of itself frames him, automatically draws our attention to him. The hues are quite dark. Around the window region, there is some blue and green, but the artwork is mostly dark. There is also the red of the party and Stachyk's attire, which suggests that the two should become combined rather than kept apart, and that is precisely why this painting is so depressing. The division between the subject and the party is the issue. It depicts a jester who is sad and alone rather than at an ongoing celebration. Not only is he declining to go, but he's also hiding out in the shadows and facing away from it. There's a disconnect between the celebration and Staczyk, who should be there out of everyone in the kingdom because it's his job. This gives the scene an additional dimension of melancholy. This man, whose job is to make people laugh, smile, and entertain, can't even make himself feel better. The sad clown paradox is the official term for this catastrophe. A number of psychiatric studies on actors, particularly comedians, were carried out in 1981, and it was concluded that many of them utilized comedy as a coping method to mask their trauma. Without a doubt, Staczyk became one of the earliest representations of the sad clown paradox, which made it even worse by the self-portrait of the painter Matejko that appears as Staczyk. One such artwork that has been progressively gained popularity is Staczyk, whose titular character has become recognizable and iconic in Poland. Do you want to know more about this paradox and other similar paradoxes? Well, if you want to know more about this, then let us know in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe, like, and bell icons. Goodbye, and we'll see you very soon.